Hello everybody, it's Slayer here, and welcome back to Wiki Reader. Today I decided, you know what, I'm not sure what SCPs I want to read next, and frankly I think I want to leave it up to this random SCP button. So let's see what it gives us. 4817. I've never even heard of this one. I don't know what this one is. So yeah, we're just gonna click the random SCP button a few times every now and again and see a new article. Because I've been reading a lot of these articles and I want to read something new, and might as well read it with you guys. So, item number SCP-4817, Anomaly Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-4817 is contained in a combination stable / SHCC at Site-02, outfitted with the supplies for maintenance of equine health, as well as various forms of audio-visual and textual media in French, English, and Polish. Interviews may be conducted by trained personnel during active periods. Portrait of SCP-4817, presumably composed prior to it gaining any anomalous properties. Interesting. Description: SCP-4817 is an entity composed of the headless body of King Louis the... what is that? The 14th? Of French. Fused to a white mare through the skin on the underside of the legs. That's creepy. The entity is sentient but docile when in inactive state, with both portions seemingly controlled by the equine section. The horse requires normal calorific intake, but does not age, like the human section does not undergo normal biological processes, while the human section, no. For various regular lengths of time throughout the year, SCP-4817 will enter an active period, spontaneously developing a head which detaches from the neck once fully grown. That's creepy. 15 minutes after initial development. The head, SCP-4817-A, possesses full control over the human section of SCP-4817 and remains sapient and immortal for a set period of time before rapidly decomposing. Memories and experiences persist across the developments of each 4817-A instance, of which there are currently 8. A list of instances is included below, along with their identities, periods of manifestation, and DD format. MMDD format. Oh, that's weird. Why would we want to know the format? The notable traits and notable traits. SCP-4817-A1 male manifests for the duration of 10101 speaks a largely untranslated dialect of Proto-Celtic. Proto-Celtic. Is that a thing? Acts consistently aggressively towards staff. Demonstrates equestrian prowess. Second one. Female refuses to elaborate on past, manifests between 02 and 01 and 02 to 28. Disinterested. Why am I having trouble reading that? I don't know. In media, engages regularly in meditation, requests alcohol frequently, which may be supplied by personnel in small doses. Number 3, identifies as King Henry II of England, manifests between 03 and 01 and 04 and 31. A month date. Unable or unwilling to provide concrete details of the time period they supposedly lived in, does not visually resemble known portraits of Henry II. The fourth one identifies as Harvey Beaufort. Is that I forget who that is. I know I've heard the name before though. Manifests between 06 and 01 and 06 and 31. Known as a wealthy entrepreneur. I've never seen that word written down in my entire life. Prior to disappearance in Paris, 1889, body was recovered from River Seine. Around that time, with death ruled as an unsolved murder, expresses reputed romantic interests in agent Robin Yeldon. Visitation rights between the two have been tentatively granted. Okay, so this particular head has crush on random agent. Number 5 identifies as King Louis the. Oh, so this is the actual head that's supposed to be on the body. the 14th. Of France manifests between 0701 and 1001. Aware of situation, states that it got its money's worth before Foundation containment spends time consuming media, expresses continued interest in modern music. So he's fine with being just a head that randomly appears every now and again. That's interesting. Not exactly the ideal fate, but okay. Number 6, former SCPF researcher. What is that? I've never seen that. I'm just gonna call it Wozniak, which that might actually be how it's properly pronounced. Became SCP 4817A6 following an interaction with an unknown entity, manifests between 01029 and 1119. Cooperative with the Foundation staff. Designated Class E personnel. Reports inability to recall details of the SCP-4817-A conversion process. or details of the entity he communicated with. Notably, Wozniak's personal bank account was emptied in its entirety following this conversation. So the entity just wants money to turn people into this? Is this a Dr. Wondertainment? Like, what is this? Number 7 identifies as Michael Sallow, known American serial murderer. Disappeared 1950s. Manifests between 11:20 and 11:23. Refuses to engage with Foundation personnel, apparently under the impression that the Foundation is a branch of the American government. SCP-4817 is to be restrained while number 7 is active, with head secured separately. Interesting. Number 8, unknown male with poor dermal and dental health, manifests for 8 seconds on 11/26. On 12/26, rather. Vocalizes continuously before decomposing. So he screams or sings, one of the two. Vocalizing can mean a few different things. Here's the interview logs. 4817A5 had manifested 5 days prior. Humanoid interaction protocol was observed. I don't even want. How long is begin log? Marco. I'm gonna try and do voices for this. Let's hear. Number 5 is who exactly? King Louis. So I'll give him a nice French accent. Oui, oui, monsieur. Then we have Marco here. Good evening. Or good evening. Alright, we're messing up the reading. Good afternoon, Your Majesty. SCP-4817 turns around and begins. Turns around holding SCP-4817A5 in its right hand. Oh, so they literally just detached heads. So it's the Headless Horseman. Cool. I'm not. What? Is that actual? Is that an actual word? Gracon or Garcion? I think I'm supposed to be saying Garcion. I've never seen Garcion written down, like ever. I need to study more French if I'm gonna do that. I was just about to play a new CD. Your coworkers get for me, but I do love good company. Sorry, that was a shitty. That was a shitty accent. I've done a French accent in a while. Oui, oui, monsieur. Thank you for allowing this audience, Your Majesty. Of course. It gets lonely in here sometimes. That I can't. They were a good way to say heh. What did you want to ask from me? SCP-4817 turns around. It's a equine section approaching a wine cabinet behind the two. I care for a drink. You can talk. By the way, you have my attention. Dr. Marco exhales sharply. I am honored by your offer, Your Excellency, but I cannot drink while working. Ah, such a tragedy. Such a tragedy of the comic. Such a tragedy of the common folk. I need to read better English. Well, trying to speak in French. Where was I? Your Majesty, last time we spoke, you mentioned you had gotten your money's worth before we relocated you here. What did you mean by that? SCP-4817 turns with a glass of wine in his left hand, which it nurses to SCP-4817A5 before speaking. Ah, yes. I remember that day. I'd like to apologize for the lashing I gave you. I had quite a bit of wine, you see. Dr. Marco clears his throat and looks away before continuing. It is forgiven, Your Majesty. What the fuck happened between these two? Now I'm more interested in what the fuck happened between these two. What did he do to you, Marco? Did he beat the hell out of you? Wonderful. You are so kind. Now I am sure you and your followers have noticed the presence of, shall we say, one or two other notable individuals inhabiting my body, yes? Yes. Well, you see, each of them is in charge of a... What? Nominal fee to inhabit my body for a stretch of presumably returning to their own once their time is up. It allows some of my peers to experience kingship. Kingship. I thought that was 2 words. Oh. While I am away at my summer residence, you see, I do spend so much time here there nowadays. I in turn was provided with a large payment upfront to spend on wining and dining and such, and all involved found it to be an extremely satisfactory agreement. The folks who set it up tell me I am a resident in high demand, or at least I was until I was relocated. I'm giving him such a weird French accent. I'm sorry for anyone who's French who's watching. I'm sorry. I'm trying to give it more of a oui, monsieur. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I know of French accents and stuff. My condolences for lowering your property values. That's a weird thing to apologize for. His property value is his body right now. That's his property values. This is a weird SCP. Good God. It is not you who owes me an apology, garçon. And though this place is not as lovely as my dear Basilicule Royal Descent Dinis. I'm not sure if I said any of that right. I know I said saint right, but that's about it. It does have its benefits. SCP-4817 holds up its wine glass, and SCP-4817-A5 winks before nursing the large portion of the present wine. Thank you. You know I am curious, Your Majesty. who would I have? Who would I have to get in touch with if I wanted to set up my own body as a vacation home for others to use? I mean, no offense, dear garçon, but are you sure? I don't know if you'd have many clients, but if you must satisfy your curiosity, I could refer to one who set this all up for me. Do you have any idea how much their rates would be? I want to make sure I could afford it. SCP-4817-A5 frowns. Well, do you have any royal bloodline in you? Any amount will do. Really, but the more purple your blood, the more time you'll afford. If you've got that and the descendant, you're just about ready. I don't believe I do. Wait. Is that how Wozniak got in? Shocking, I know. But as my aunt and father-in-law used to say, there's a little Habsburg in all of us. Habsburg? What? What the hell's Habsburg? Thank you, Your Majesty. You've really been a great help to me today. Dr. Marco prepares to leave. Yes, of course. But before you leave, would you press the play button on the stereo? I find my hands are rather full. Can do. And that's the end of the log. I hope you liked my horrible French accent. Let me just check my recording status here. Yeah, I have time for one more. Not a long one, but one more. Oh, this is really short. Thank you, randomizer. Oh, and it's a 5,000. I haven't read many of the 5,000s. 5,110. Item number SCP-5110. Object class safe. Secure containment procedures. All identified SCP-5110 items are to be contained in a secure containment locker. Under no circumstances are any Foundation personnel beyond Class D personnel to ingest any SCP-5110. What the hell is SCP-5110? Products. Identified shipments of SCP-5110 are to be contained as soon as possible, and instances in retail are to be recalled. Staff involved in obtaining the shipment are to be interviewed before amnesticalization. Amnesticalization. Is that how you say that? Is that how that's written? God. Description. SCP-5110 is a collective designation for a collection of packaged food items released under the Pure Foods brand. These items are typically found in food and drink. I don't know why I said found. Items mimicking those of popular brands such as Coca-Cola or Haribo. SCP-5110 is usually found in and shipped to small convenience stores. Attempts to find the company of or individuals responsible for creation of SCP-5110 are ongoing. When ingested SCP-5110, adverse anomalous effects on the digestive system of the consumer, while the effects of SCP-5110 typically vary with the specific item, with some being much less harmful. No item has been shown to have no anomalous effects on the consumer. Items of specific SCP-5110 product digestion. Further, as SCP-5110-A through SCP-5110-D. An abrogated description of each SCP-5110 product has been observed. Effects are available below. This is a very short article. SCP-5110-A, pure berries. SCP-5110-A appears to be a container of assorted berries with packaging typical of the Pure Foods brand. After consumption, SCP-5110-A manifests large quantities of rotting berries inside of the digestive system of the consumer. That's a little... That'll fuck you up. SCP-5110-B, pure soda. SCP-51... What? Why did it say 5110-C there? Someone fucked up when writing this. Someone fucked up very bad. SCP-5110-B resembles a soda. A soda can used by brands such as Coca-Cola or Pepsi. The packaging typical of the Pure Foods brand, SCP-5110-B consists of carbonated mineral water after consumption. Multiple glass 237 milliliter bottles form in the digestive system of the consumer, often shattering from pressure. Oh, a soda that forms glass bottles. Well, that's disturbing. 5110-C, pure worms. What? Pure worms. Gummy worms? Yeah, the gummy worms. The packaging contains multiple multi-flavored gummy candies in the shape of worms. Following ingestion, entities resembling Untitled I believe that means worm, appear inside of the subject's digestive system. These entities, when removed, appear colored or dyed to resemble the candies in SCP-5110-C. This causes significant trauma to the digestive system and other parts of the body due to the entity's burrowing instincts. SCP-5110-D, pure bears. Oh god, what is this going to do? The packaging contains multiple multi-flavored gummy bears in the shape of bears. Gummy candies in the shape of bears. You could just have gummy bears. After being ingested, a juvenile brown bear forms in the consumer's digestive system over a course of 1 to 3 days. The juvenile brown bear, after being removed, appears to have dyed fur similar to the appearance of the colored gummy consumed when opened. So it grows a brown bear inside of someone's stomach. This is both creepy and funny at the same time. This is one of those ones that catches you off guard with how weird it is. This one actually makes me laugh a bit. It's creepy, but also that's kind of funny. Addendum packaging. On the back of all SCP-5110 items are a series of statements, presumably from the company or creators. This has remained constant on the packaging itself and is the only sign or marking from the company aside from the Pure Foods brand name. It is our mission to... I'm going to try and do an announcer voice for this one. Hold on. It is our mission, and has always been our mission, to bring you pure foods. Look at the other products you own. Look at the ingredients, the sugars, the syrups, the unnecessary things that have been added. So much added for taste. So much added to placate you. Look underneath this. We do not give you the sugars that slowly rot your teeth, the fats that bloat you. That's a lie. Fats actually help you. The syrups that leave you wanting more. We give you pure foods. We take the pure essence out of these and put them into the gelatin. Into the gelatin. Gelatin is the pure substance. No more, no less. Eat with pride. You are getting the finest in food. You are getting the purest. Nutrition facts. Calories. 58,000 calories. I mean, when they're growing a brown bear anybody. Total fat, 40,000 grams. That's too much fat. That's the point where it's actually unhealthy. Unlike most people's belief that fats are bad for you. Fats are actually good for you. Just not that much. Not 40,000 grams of fat. 16 grams of sodium. Total carbohydrate 0. Total sugars 0. Sugars aren't that bad for you if they're paired with fat. And protein 260,000 grams. I'm not sure. Does that... You know, the more grams of stuff in there, the more weight, right? That would be like a few pounds in one gummy bear. Ingredients: bear. Bear. Just bear. Hey, here's an ingredient: bear. That's great. This one, it's clearly not a joke, SCP, but also it's funny. I like it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Yeah. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Y'all drill. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in this video. Peace!